Good evening, everyone. This is Coach A, and we're checking in from the second floor of Pioneer Street Market, also known as PSM, located inside HMR parking compound along Reliance Street from the city of Mandaluyong. This is Coaching for the Soul. This is Strengthening Thursday, and this is brought to you by Decaf Coffee Republic. Coaching Thursday or Strengthening Thursday is coaching for the soul, and this talk and this coaching is to refuel, to reignite, refuel everything inside of your soul so you can start breathing again and start living beautifully. So thank you for joining us for tonight. And tonight we're going to be talking about self-doubt to self-dominance. So just in case you are joining us live and you know some people who will be blessed by our topic for tonight, it would be really appreciated if you can share it, not just for me, but really for the people whom you believe will be blessed for tonight. Okay, I was sharing earlier that every day of our lives, there are 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts. Every day po, there are 60 to 70,000 thoughts that comes into our mind, and 98% of this, between 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts that comes into our mind are repeat statement. Okay, usual statement, usual thoughts. Ibig pong sabihin nun, if you are highly populated, if you are highly dominated with self-limiting beliefs, and you continue to speak about doubts, okay, 98%, okay, of these words that you utter into your life, possibly and probably are already releasing doubts and negativity about yourself. Okay? The danger with self-doubt is the thing that you are doubting is the very core. It is you. Okay? So we have one guest here on floor who said that the moment you doubt, kaya ko ba to, ako ba to, para ba sa akin to, matutupad ko ba to, matatapos ko ba to. These are the common self-doubt statements that you say. And most of the time, the moment you utter these words, ano pong nangyayari? Hindi na kayo tumutuloy. Okay? So it cripples you, it paralyzes you. Okay? So I'm a certified life coach, and while for tonight, I'm taking off from a psychological perspective, okay, I'm gonna be sharing with you one syndrome in psychology, okay? I would like to say that I'm a certified life coach. I'm not a medical practitioner. And as a life coach, I empower people to be physically fit and mentally fit. Okay? Mahirap po kasing maging mentally fit kapag hindi ka physically fit. And many people, in my recent practice, I came across with about 3 to 4 clients that their mental insanity or their mental challenges comes from the fact that they feel they are not physically healthy. So, doon po sa mga tao who are into physical fitness, mabuhay po kayo, okay? Your physical fitness is doing a lot of things into your mental fitness. However, if you are not mentally fit, eventually makikita po ninyo that your physical condition will also deteriorate. So, it's a combination, or should I say, a partnership between your body and your mind that really keeps and makes a person holistically healthy. Tama ba, Coach Candy? Okay, and I want to take this moment to welcome all our guests on floor. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Okay, may kasama po ako. And for those of you who are asking, bakit po hindi nakikita ang mga guests namin on floor? Kasi po yun ang kanilang privacy. Number 2, because that is the opportunity that we invite you to come over para po makita nyo ang mga beautiful guests namin on floor. Sa lahat po ng mga first-timer, parang kayo lang po atang first-timer namin, Sam. Tama ba? Si Sam lang? No, she's been here before, right? Ng talk? Or were you not in the mental wellness? No, first time mo talaga sa amin. Wow, welcome. Okay, welcome. Karen, tama? Okay. So, we have got 2 first-timers in the house. So, thank you for joining us for tonight. Before you go, be sure that you met new people in the house. Okay? Okay? So, number 2, another thing that I do as a life coach is I do certification program for those of you who are coaching. So maybe you are naturally gifted as a coach, maybe you are coaching in the workplace, or maybe somehow, somewhere in your heart, you feel you have a calling to be a coach. Okay? So normally, ito po yung mga tao na normally, naturally, people persons, kayo po yung laging takbuhan ng bayan, takbuhan ng pamilya, kapag may problema, kayo po yung tinatakbuhan. Or maybe you are in a season in your life where you feel that you wanted to help a lot of people, make a change, contribute to the transformation of people, but you don't know how. I invite you to take a look at the life coaching profession. This is the second fastest growing industry in the whole world, and there is a reason why we are. So please take a look at it. This talk is not about to promote that profession, but just in case you believe this can help you and the people around you, okay, please come over and talk to us. Okay, babalik po ako dun sa advocacy ko. My personal advocacy is mental wellness. I believe that even if you are mentally challenged, galing lang po kami ng Ilaw ng Maynila, okay, which is sad. Congratulations, Jerica Ejercito Aguilar. Maraming salamat. Ilaw ng Maynila to, mabuhay po kayo. We've just completed our three-part series of our activations for the city of Manila, and that is just the beginning, okay? After this afternoon's activations, we're looking forward to really move forward to the community, down to the people in the barangay. So maraming salamat for giving us the opportunity to be part of the groundbreaking activity for City of Manila. Mabuhay po kayo. And then, going back, as I advocate mental wellness, one thing that I truly believe, regardless of your mental condition right now, so if you are mentally challenged, if you are clinically diagnosed, or feeling mo lang, punong-puno ka lang ng problema at hindi ka na makahinga sa problema mo, I still believe, okay, proven na po namin yan, that you are still capable of achieving goals, setting activities, making your dreams come true. So regardless po kung anong condition nyo, tama ba? Posible pong maging matagumpay pa rin kayo. And this home is, this coffee shop is a home to certified life coaches. We invite you to come over kahit po wala kayong appointment. A lot of directors on floor, lahat po halos ng director namin on floor are certified life coaches, so they will be able to communicate with you, discuss with you, and share with you really an opportunity for you to grow up and speed up in your life today, kahit nasaan po kayo. So going back to our topic, we're talking about doubt, okay, doubt, self-doubt, okay. Do you know that, do you know that no one is immune, okay, no one is immune from self-doubt. It is a world's phenomenon, okay, so lahat po ng tao, so good news yun, Joel, okay. Ang good news ko sa'yo, Joel, yung fear of failure is a universal human emotion. Okay, many times the reason why we doubt ourselves is because of the truth and reality that we are fearing failure. Okay, sino bang hindi natakot sa failure dito kahit once in your life? Lahat tayo may takot, di ba? Would you agree with me na may takot tayo sa failure? Tama? Wala naman atang tao na isang araw pagising mo, sinasabi mo that I'm ready for failure. Wala. Tama? Meron ba? Hindi, baka meron lang. Check ko lang po, kung kayo po ay nanonood at kayo po yon, mag-emoji lang po kayo. Coach, ako yan, diba? Okay, sa lahat po nanonood online, okay, to all our online viewers, just in case this is the first time that we are meeting, okay, this is Coach A again from D-Cup Coffee Republic. I'm a certified life coach, and welcome and thank you for tuning in tonight. In case you are watching from a replay and this topic happens to be close to your heart or happens to stir up something inside of you, I invite you to send over your question, to send over your inquiry, and if you are so private and you don't want it for the thread to see, okay lang po if you can message me privately, sasagutin ko po kayo. Alright, okay, think about it. When was the last time you feel fear? Yung natakot ka, fear, natakot ka. Takot ka sa sarili mo, takot ka sa buhay mo, takot ka sa future. I mean, and all of a sudden, your fear, yung fear na yan, somehow, somewhere, you feel it's taking control of you. Yung sinasabi mo parang, I'm feeling anxious today. Diba? Na parang, you don't want to move, you don't want to act, you don't want to do anything, and it's practically stop you for doing something because you are fearful, and sometimes this fear, hindi mo mahanap kung saan nanggagaling. Okay? Have you ever feel that when you're about to speak in a meeting, o pinagsasalita ka, pinag-share ka, bigla kang natakot? Okay? Na-feel nyo yun? Yung bigla, no? Yung, kasi iba yung hindi mo naman talaga alam. Tapos, do this, mahaba yun, you feel anxious, iba yun. Pero sometimes you feel, nandyan ka naman, tapos biglang, any thoughts, tapos biglang, You feel that fear. You experience that, yung parang tinatanong ka, alam mo naman yon, di ba? Kaya ka nga tinanong, but all of a sudden, you feel you're crippled and you cannot just express yourself. Can you connect? Okay, because many times when we talk about self-doubt, when we talk about self-limiting beliefs or fears, ang naiisip po natin, ito yung mahahabang pinag-iisipan ng utak, yung na pinaprocess nyo. But let's just go and paint the picture a bit that indeed itong mga fear na to and self-doubts na to can happen in a split of a second. Okay, when I started po kanina offline, sabi ko, 60,000 to 70,000 of our daily thoughts, okay, are 98% of the 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts that we have every day, 98% of this are repetitive. Ibig sabihin, paulit-ulit. Kahit nangyari to kahapon, nangyari to last week. Now, if you're gonna be thinking, so saan nanggaling yung 60,000 to 70,000? So think about it. Diba? Saan naman nanggaling yung 60,000 to 70,000? The thing here po, meron pong tinatawag na subconscious thinking. Meron po ngayon, kausap niyo po ako, we're talking this and you're focused, pero somehow, somewhere in your brain, may ibang narratives. Yes. Tama? Naisip niyo? One word, one statement, may iba kayong narratives. Okay? May tinanong ako, may sinagot ka, tapos iba na yung topic, nandun pa rin yung kabilang thoughts mo. May iniisip ka pa rin kasi may naalala ka. Or maybe, while I'm talking, bigla ka may naalalang errands. And you put it there. Alright? So, this comprises of the 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts that we're talking about. Now, one of the vicious, sabi nila, no, viciously hurting thoughts is the thoughts na hindi ninyo nababantayan kasi normal siyang nangyayari. And you may experience these thoughts or you may encounter these thoughts pag bigla kayong tinanong, biglang may pinagawa, biglang may hininging favor, and bigla kang taken aback. Wait lang, ako, kaya ko, bakit ako? Sino dito yung pag may sinabi sa biglang ang sagot mo, bakit ako? Connect? Sino na yung sumagot ng ganon? Bakit ako? Siya na lang. Yan yung variation yan eh. Bakit ako? Tapos siya na lang. Di ba? Ako? Ngayon? Hindi bukas. Di ba? Ngayon nga kita tinatanong. Di ba? Tapos, ano ba yung mga variations nyo dyan? Di ba? Can you do this? Naku, baka hindi ko yan kaya, tapos nagpanik ka na, nataranta ka na, nag-anxiety attack ka na. Sino dito naka-experience ng ganon? Yung feeling mo wala ka namang anxiety, bakit ka biglang nagka-anxiety? Di ba? All of a sudden, you don't feel comfortable. All of a sudden, okay, you feel crippled, and all of a sudden, feeling mo, you cannot do this. Pero kaya nga pinapagawa sa'yo, kaya mo eh. Hindi nyo ba naisip yun? Kaya nga pinapagawa sa'yo kasi kaya mo. So, bakit ka biglang na-cripple? Okay? Why? Okay? Because most of the time, there is an inner critic inside of you that keep telling you, okay, that, may narinig ako kanina isang on-for guest natin dito na tinatanong niya, di ba? Tama ba yung nagawa ko? Tama ba yung nasabi ko? Okay? Tama ba yung naibigay ko? Minsan, tama ba yung naisip ko kaya ko to nagawa? O tama ba yung decision ko na nandito ako ngayon? Tama. Di ba? Yung ibang variation niya, nasa hulog ba ako talaga at nandito ako? Okay? When does it happen? Normally, when things get tough. Tinatanong niyo yung sarili niyo, tama ba to? Bakit ba ako napunta dito? Diba? Anong kalokohan ba to? Ayan, yun yung mga sinasabi niyo sa sarili niyo. Okay? Now, I want you to know that even highly achievers people, okay? Even highly achievers people struggle with the thoughts, okay? That whatever they're experiencing, it's not true. Yeah, even. Okay? Alam niyo po yung mga people who suddenly experience yung depression or anxiety, some of them would come from a very elated activity, ang saya, ang ganda, and in a split of a second, they feel alone, lonely, and secluded. Alright? Split of a second yon. Wala naman nangyari, they're still in the same situation, naglakad lang yon from the backstage, malungkot na po sila. Alright? So it happens. Now, your inner critic, whether you ask that inner critic inside of you or not, whether tinatanong niyo po o hindi, voluntarily, it continues to feed you thoughts, okay, na hindi ninyo napag-iisipan at tinatanggap po ninyo. Okay? Totoo, di ba? Sometimes, you encounter one word, you encounter one statement. Pagkita mo nun, may mag-flow na sa isip mo, your inner critic will bombard you and feed you, okay, of thoughts that you are not good enough. Now, many times, okay, this psychological phenomenon, okay, may tawag po dito, okay, ang tawag po sa kanya ay impostor syndrome. Opo, there is such a thing as impostor syndrome. And normally po, this impostor syndrome shows up in many areas of our lives, including at work, in a form, kahit po nagtatrabaho kayo, di ba, kanina pinag-usapan natin self-limiting beliefs, self-doubts, okay, sometimes or many times, it would even appear or show up at work. Oh, saan po nangyayari yan? Pag naramdaman mong, I don't deserve this promotion, I don't deserve this job, I don't deserve this work, or paulit-ulit mo naman ginagawa yung trabaho, pero isang araw bigla mong naiisip, para ba sa akin to? Akin ba tong work na to? Nasa hustisya ba to? O, ang variation yan, masaya pa ba ako dito? And all of a sudden, you start questioning if you're still happy and satisfied with the job. Think about it. Kahapon lang, okay ka naman sa job. Kahapon, okay ka naman. Now, there are normal stresses at work, and then all of a sudden, okay, hi, Master Coach Kendra, thank you for watching. Okay, hello from the Philippines to Texas. Okay, so, many times you start questioning, is this work for me? And you just don't know where it's coming from. Sometimes, when this appear, Coach Sean, at work, there are opportunities and there are possibilities, there are promotions, new activities, new responsibilities, and you will just decline it. And you will say, give it to other people. Give other people a chance. Give it to, to my subordinate, give it to my boss, give it to somewhere else. It's not for me. Okay, if you can connect, you can just give me a thumbs up if you're online. Okay, to my on-floor guests, okay pa ba tayo dyan? Can you connect with me? Okay, another thing, okay, that when this imposter syndrome comes in, all right, you start feeling you're not qualified for the job that you have been holding on for the longest time. Okay, yes, okay, watching from Cabuyao, Laguna. Good evening. Thank you for watching. All right, so we are not immune from this, and I'll tell you that even highly achievers people encounter this. So what is really the truth about your self-doubt? All of this comes from your fear of failure, which is a universal human emotion. Even Albert Einstein have this. Confused, worried, fearful. Okay, can I make it? So, if you are dealing with imposter syndrome, okay, had you ever felt and can connect with the things that I shared with you, the good news is, you're not alone. You're not alone. While self-doubt can be toxic, can be problematic, and can be painful. Sino dito ang nag-self-doubt na natuwa ka? Is there anyone else that you feel, self-doubt and you say, wow, I'm happy, I'm rejoicing with it? All of us would agree that when you talk about self-doubt, the feeling is not really good. The feeling is something that you don't want it, all right? And the reason why it doesn't feel comfortable, it's because at times, or countless of times, or many times, you really don't know where this unexpected emotion is coming from. Would you agree? Would you agree? Yeah, think about it. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, you have a goal, obviously and definitely, you have set that in place because somehow, somewhere in your heart, you know you are capable of achieving it. Would you agree with me? Yeah. You have set that, you have conceived that, you have planned for it, you have toiled for it, and you have prepared for it, and then at the end of the day, you start doubting, kaya ko ba to? Can I make it? Is this for me? And for some of you will ask, do I deserve it? Who asked that? Many times we ask, do I deserve it? The question is, why would you not deserve it? Okay? Some people, when they're given the promotion, they will decline the promotion and say, that's not for me. All right? I'm not ready for that. Okay? So, most of the time, the imposter syndrome will come out when your inner critic is so loud. And most of the time, the inner critic would come unexpected. Okay? That you don't know where it's coming from. Can you agree? Okay, can you now remember what those times and moments where your inner critic is so noisy and so busy? Bombarding you with thoughts that you don't understand where it's coming from? Okay? So why it's called impostor syndrome? Because it's an impostor. It's not true. It's not real. Okay? The same voice, the voice is doubting the very person whom you know. But the moment that that voice starts speaking, that voice starts talking, you start doubting. That's why it's impostor. It's not true. Who knows yourself? You. And yet there's a voice. And you believe that that voice is your voice, inside voice, right? That's why it's impostor. You're getting why it's impostor syndrome? Somehow, somewhere inside of you is saying you can't make it. That's not your voice. That's the inner critic, but it's an impostor voice. That's not your voice because you are the same person who made that decision that you will create, you will do, and you will accomplish these goals. Look, you are in your job today because you are qualified to do the job, isn't it? Isn't it? Why is it that when there is new project, new responsibilities, or promotion, you start feeling coward and you start doubting? You are the person who started making these dreams, believing that you can do this, you will do this, da da da. And all of a sudden, one day you said, I think I can't make it. And you just bail out and throw the towel without even starting the fight. Without even starting the ball game, without even starting the process, isn't it? How many times it happens to you? Come on now, if you can connect, give me an emoji and say yes. Yes, okay? Okay, if you're my guest and floor, ngitian mo na lang ako. Okay? I love your smile. Okay? I can connect with you. Can you agree? Okay. So we're able to set now really the groundworks because I want you to understand that what I share with you are common scenarios, issues, and things of life. And this one really beats your soul. Think about it. If every day of your life, you allow yourself to be beaten, your soul to be beaten by negative thoughts, what would happen to you? And not only negative thoughts, it's self-doubt. You're saying that you cannot make it, you're not good enough, you don't deserve it. I won't make it. This is not for me. Okay? And for some, you even doubted what you already decided on. Right? So tawag po natin doon, urong sulong. Relate? Can you relate? Alright? You decide one thing today, after a few hours, I'm changing my mind. Okay? You change again, and then tomorrow when you wake up, let me reconsider again. Where is it all coming from? Come on now. Where? From the impostor syndrome. It's the inner critic. All right, now, so how do we go around it? How can we stop it? How can you improve from there? Any thoughts? Any suggestion? I'm going to share with you 3 things how to handle that impostor syndrome. Okay, now here's the thing. These words, this inner critic of yours will never stop. Highly successful, highly achievers would say, regardless of your status in life, you will encounter and you will hear the inner critic inside of you. Regardless if you are billionaire, millionaire, highly successful, highly achiever, regardless if you have already achieved all your goals and dreams in life, you will still hear the inner critic. So the question is, how do you handle the inner critic? I'm going to share with you 3 things, okay, that most highly successful, okay, highly achievers would do to handle this syndrome. Okay, so basically, how do you handle self-doubt? So you can move from self-doubt to self-dominance, okay? That you can dominate the things that's happening inside of you, that you can dominate your thoughts, that you can dominate your feelings, and you can start moving. Okay, number 1, okay? You've got to recognize, okay, the repetitive thought patterns, okay, that's happening to you, and be deliberate and actively change your mindset over it. Okay? So you've got to understand, you've got to know, and you've got to recognize what are these repetitive thought patterns. Meaning, some of you would say, if this happens, this follows. Repetitive. If I don't finish the job in 3 days, I'm not completing it. Okay? If I'm alone and I don't get the support of my spouse, then the project will not push through. If I don't get a yes from someone close to me, then this job may not be good enough. So what are those repetitive thought patterns that you have? Okay. I have never tried this before. I don't know if I will be successful. Can you ever be successful without trying? Think about it. You've got to be trying. So if you say, I haven't tried this, so I don't know if I will be good with it, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Try it. Do it. Take an action, right? Okay. Now, when you get to understand and recognize your repetitive thought patterns, all right, the next thing is you change your mindset. Now, think about it. A lot of your repetitive thought patterns have underlying beliefs. Okay, in psychology, normally they would say this is probably and possibly rooted in your childhood. Okay, if growing up we were never affirmed, we lack affirmation, we lack approval of people we look up to, maybe our parents, our teachers, our siblings, the elders in the house. We grew up lacking the confidence in ourselves. And these beliefs continue to be active even if we're no longer a child. Okay? We talk about common cognitive distortions, okay? That it's all or nothing. Okay? If you miss one, you miss all. May ganung tao. Okay? Can you connect? Okay? Some of you, if you have a recollection, a vivid memory of your boss, okay, humiliating you in front of people, and now you're having a new boss. When that new boss calls you, you might start getting this trigger feelings of discomfort, and you start feeling the anxiety, and you start feeling, oh no, I made something wrong. You're getting this? For some of you who miss a promotion in your past work, you might be in your work today and you're there for 2 years, and in the past you were there for 2 years, never get promoted. Now you start thinking, I will not be promoted because it's another 2 years. Okay, so when you recognize your repetitive thought patterns, okay, you can actively change the mindset only when you understand what is the underlying beliefs behind this. Okay, so let me challenge you. When you start saying, kaya ko ba to? Can I make it? Can I handle it? What's happening under you? What's the underlying beliefs? That you are not skilled? That you are not trained? That you are not experienced? Correct? Correct? Okay. So how do you change the mindset? How do you set the mindsets? Now, this is coaching. How do you set the mind? How do you change that mindset? Okay? You doubt if you can do good. You doubt if you can be successful on a brand new endeavor. The underlying beliefs could possibly be you lack experience, you lack people, you lack network, you lack approval and everything. All right. So how do you change that? How do you combat that? How do you combat that? How do you combat that? Now think about it. How many things in your life you've tried starting new? How many times you've started trying something new? A lot. Come on now. Countless of times, right? You tried a new beverage, you tried a new food, you tried a new restaurant. Come on now, come on. What else do you try? A new car, a new dress, a new sports. What else? A new talent, a new hobby. Correct? A new friend, and these are all new. Did you fail? Did you succeed? Succeed. So you are the same person who can make this successful. So why would you fail? When you tried these things, did you had any experience? No. Okay. Now let me ask you. Why would you fail? Why would you succeed? You're the same person. Think about it. So where is that coming from? When you want to try a new clothes, a new hairdo, a new hairstyle, a new outfit, do you really need some people to approve of it? Do you? No. See? See? Yes, go ahead. What is failure? It's an opportunity to? What is failure? Come on now, what is failure? Opportunity to learn. Failure is only a failure if you learn nothing. Question, is there anyone in the house who never experienced failure? Anyone? Anyone? I failed 1,000 times in my life. Honestly, I have 1,000 failures. From business to decision making. Ang dami ko nun. Will failure make you a lesser person? No. What will make you a lesser person? Your response to failure. Agree with me? Okay, so most of the time, you are reacting with exaggeration and unrealistically to situation because of your past experiences, which we should not deny and we cannot deny. Okay? But what we can do is really look into the same thing and see, did it happen in the past in other areas of your life, and how did it fare? How did you fare? So why would you be dreadful about trying something new that you don't have experience when in fact, you have a lot of brand new things that you are enjoying today, you never had experience, and you're making it through. Right? Who amongst you here are driving? Driving. Okay. When the first time you start driving, do you have an experience driving?
No.
But we learn, right? And we're driving now, right? Yeah, sure, we got accidents right there, left and right, big and small. But we're alive and we're getting better each day, correct? Come on now. Yeah. Okay, for those of you who are commuting, come on now. You ever experience that there's always a time in your life you experience and tried a new route, a new transport scheme and system, right? You have any experience with that?
Yes.
No. But you tried it and you made it, right? So what's wrong with trying new? What's wrong without experience? Come on now. You're getting the point? When you understand your repetitive thought patterns, you've got to change intentionally your mindset over it. Okay? It's not positivity. No, it's not. It's not positive thinking. It's not positivity. No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying here deliberately, you change your mindset based on something concrete. Okay? It's not that, okay, I can do it, I can make it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay? You exactly face this head on, all right, with a change of mindset because you've done it before. Would you agree with me? You've done something new before and you made it, Joel? A lot, right? So you can make it. Agree? Okay, now, point number 2. I have only 3 points. Point number 2, here's the thing. I encourage you to really get very curious and start asking questions. Okay? you have to understand that there is also a truth that your inner critic, okay, is protecting you. Protecting you from harm. Protecting you from failure, correct? Can you agree? It's possible. Because if you don't see the value of your inner critic, you will despise it. And that's not the way to go about it. Because it's a reality, and over, even if we grow old, we will receive this inner critic. Now, it is important for us to see and understand that this inner critic is also a self-preservation. Correct? So let's just get curious. And let's ask questions. Why are you throwing these questions to me? Why are you throwing these doubts to me? Why don't you take that opportunity to really reassess what's happening? Why am I having these questions? If you feel that your inner critic is questioning your ability and your capacity to take a new endeavor, a new profession, a new career, maybe you can stop and really see, hey, am I really ready? Where is this coming from? Why I am receiving this? Why am I hearing this? So what are my skill sets? What are my experiences? What are my activities? What have I done to prepare for this? Because when you start getting curious and ask questions like this, you start feeding your mind with the reality that indeed you are ready. You're getting this? But many times what you do, you want to avoid it. You want to say, no, it's not happening. No, this is not real. No, this is just me. Can you take it? It would be a great opportunity if you have your inner critic speaking to you and you take really a great time to really seriously assess your skill sets, your gaps, your learning gaps, okay, the things that you need to experience, the things that you need to embrace. And when you're able to do that, then you're able to fill the gap in your mind, in your thoughts. Then, you don't even have to battle with your inner critic. I'd like to call this self-compassion. Okay? Self-compassion. Because if you're hearing that from your inner critic, you just don't bombard it, you just don't neglect it, you just don't say you don't exist, because it does exist. Right? Even if you say, no, you're not supposed to be negative, practice positivity, practice affirmations and everything, truth of the matter, you still feel it, right? Truth of the matter, you're still thinking of that, correct? Okay, let me read this, okay. I greet my inner critic with love. Wonderful, Master Coach. I don't dismiss her, but I greet her with love and reaffirm her with love. Then I journal those thoughts to see why they are there. Most of the time, it's my fear critic. Absolutely. Then I take the steps for conquering the fear. Wonderful, Master Coach Kendra. Come on now. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Practice self-compassion. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's what she's saying. That's our Master Coach Kendra from the Life Coach Training Institute. She's saying, greet your inner critic with love. Love. Ask your inner critic, what's up? What's up? Okay. And that's her practical. She's just shared practically what to do with that thoughts. Journal. Write it. For those of you who's practicing journal, one of my sessions, I talk about it. This is a wonderful opportunity. Why are you taking the journal? Why are you writing the journal? What are you feeling of your journal? This is actually your opportunity to speak to your inner critic. Reframe your thoughts. Reframe the way you handle the inner critic inside of you, because that inner critic is also preserving you. I love that. Okay, is that posted, Coach Raj? Is that Coach? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I encourage you to take a look at that comment of Coach Kendra. That's wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely. Take that posture of love for that inner critic, because that inner critic is actually telling something to you. Right? But most of the time when you hear the inner critic, what do you want to do? Silence it. Okay? Now, Number 3? Okay. Don't let fear get in the way of your purpose. Live a purpose-driven life. We all experience worry and confusion in the face of change and uncertainty. All of us will fear. All of us will be scared at a certain point of our lives. All of us will feel this. And please, don't deny yourself. Okay, Coach Bion, hello. Coach Roy, Coach John. Okay, good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight online. Okay, give us your thoughts, give us your comments. And if you could share with us, how are you talking to your inner critics? It's wonderful to hear your thoughts. Okay? It's normal to be afraid. Would you agree with me? It's normal. It's a healthy emotion to be fearful at a certain point in time for certain conditions, for certain realities of our lives. And our inner critic will always speak up anytime we try to do big things. Hear me out. Every time we try to do or plan any big things, whether it's positive, okay, we know it's positive, we know it's calculated, our inner critic will always speak to us. Would you agree? All big opportunities, all big activities, all big partnerships, automatically our inner critic will protect and speak to us. Okay? And if you speak, as what Coach Kendra would say, speak to your inner critic with love. If you practice self-compassion, when your inner critic speaks to you and you pay attention to it and you make it important, what will happen is you start being courageous to look into the situation, to plan even deeper, and to secure everything that needs to be secured. Trust me, no one gets the luxury of living without fear. Even the most confident people, I experience fear. I do. And Coach Kendra just said that. Every one of us experience fear. No one else, no one, okay? If you're living and breathing today, no one is free from fear. You will always encounter it. You will always feel that at a certain point in time, at a certain occasion, at a certain endeavors. But the question is, how do you handle fear? How do you respond to that fear being given to you by your inner critic? Yes? Can you respond positively? Now, it's time to review your emotions. It's time to review your emotions, both bad and good, for what they are. Your greatest strength, your weaknesses at times, are all valuable to you. They are all valuable tools in your life, in our lives. Our inner critic is there to protect us. And if only we practice self-compassion, we will respond to it with love, with gentleness, okay? And not with harshness and direct opposition. Many times, we battle with the inner critic. We say it's negative. We fight for it. And at the end of the day, we are being crippled by it. Think about it, isn't it? The more we battle with our inner critic, the more we respond to it negatively, the more we respond to it fiercely, okay? And without gentleness, the more we are being crippled by it. Connect. Can you connect? So how do you do it? Recognize, okay? Recognize your repetitive thought patterns. Actively change your mindset, okay? Boldly you ask, okay? All right, inner critic, I hear you, okay? Then search, check. Was there any similar situations in the past that I started something new and I made it? All right? Was there any time in the past that I started something new and I failed? Okay, so what happened to the failures? Why did I fail? What were the learnings from my failure? I have a client, I told her, the way you look at your failure, okay, is not to bombard yourself with the reasons why you failed, but really to look the learnings, the key insight, the lessons. All right? Because if you just focus why you failed, you kick your ass and you beat yourself. But when you take a look at what are my lessons, what are the lessons, what are my takeaways from this failure, seemingly failure, you might be surprised, okay? You might be surprised that this is really an opportunity for you to kick off with something really great. Okay? Connect. Hi Claire, thank you for joining us. We miss you on floor. Okay, may utang ka sa amin. Alright? So stop beating yourself or stop being harsh to your inner critic. Point number 2, okay, practical tips number 2 is to get curious and ask question. And as Coach Kendra would say, ask and speak with love. Self-compassion. Okay? I would always ask my client when we start any sessions, when I start working with my client, I would always ask my client, do you love yourself? Do you value yourself? Because without loving yourself, without valuing yourself, we can't proceed to all the great things that you want. You need to believe in yourself. And how can you believe to someone you don't love? How can you believe in that self if you don't love that self? Yes? You have to use the inner critic voice as really your opportunity to assess honestly your skills, your gaps, the things that you must have, the things that you should not have, the things that you need to acquire. And finally, please don't get that fear get in the way of your purpose. When you live a purpose-driven life, every challenges is worth a try. If you live a purpose-driven life, your fear is nothing compared to it. We recognize the fear, but our purpose will always be higher than our fears. And if we reach that, we know that we can make it happen simply because purpose is always greater than fear. Yes, we got some message there. Can we just read it? Okay. According to Coach K, okay, Sabala, I listen to my inner critic all the time. We are not in agreement most of the time, but it pushes me to do one thing that to me is very important in everything I do in life. And we want to hear what she said? Preparation. Okay? So she said, we don't agree. She doesn't agree. Most of the time, they don't agree. Hindi sila magkasundo ng kanyang inner critic. But she said, it compels her or put her in a position to really to do the most important thing, prepare. The quality of my preparation defines my joy and contentment later on, afterwards. Is it beautiful? Ang ganda. Let me just read the message of Claire. Okay. Ang ganda nun, di ba? Most of the time, if we just co-labor, co-partner, and speak with our inner critic gently, with love, with careful attention, and should I say with humility, we will be able to draw something beautiful. Okay? Wow. Okay, watching right now, she is currently experiencing something new by watching this. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Thank you, Claire, for sharing this with your client. Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Alright, if you are in any way receiving a beautiful message and you are getting this eureka moment or you're getting some insight that you think our viewers and our listeners, okay, for those are people who are able to listen us but not watch us, I would really encourage you to type in there so I can try to read it and let them know that your thoughts are really valuable. Your thoughts are really valuable. Thank you so much for letting us know what you're thinking and how we are able to touch your life and your heart. Okay. Going down to my final thoughts, okay, final notes for tonight. Impostor syndrome can attack, can happen, and can be a reality to everyone. Inner critic is here to stay. Fear will always be there. Fear of failure is universal. We have our past experiences, we have our present struggles, but hey, we've got great future ahead of us. I will always say this, that our past does not define who we are. It's a beautiful backdrop of what life has been. And today is the present that we enjoy. Regardless of the challenges that you have, today is a beautiful experience for growth. Today is a beautiful experience for new things. Today is a beautiful experience of learning. Okay? And the way we look at the present is the way we will see how we are being propelled for growth and development. Yes, fear will be there, but how do we respond to fear? We can be either coward, but we can take heart and be courageous to face our fear. I said this earlier in my talk. If you run away from your problem will run after you. If you face your problem, then that would be an end of it. Anything you run away from, it will hunt you. Anything you stop with and face squarely, you will see why it is hunting you and why it is pestering you. Your inner critic is there to stay, not just to bombard you with negative thoughts, but really, at countless of times I have experienced this, really to give protections to you. And if only you would address it, and only you would respond to it gently, you would really get a very positive place. Okay, thank you, Lisa, for tuning in. All right? Self-doubt, we always say it's not good. But when it happens, we know that we are created to conquer our fears. We are created for greater things. And finally, your fears can only be defeated with a purpose-driven life. Live with purpose. Live with mission, should I say. Okay? Live a purpose-driven life. Every day is a mission. Your work, your community, your family, your friends, the people around you is your mission field. We as life coaches, we call ourselves change agents. We are here to inspire people, help transform the world, help change the space that we occupy. But all of these things will never be possible if we are not living on a mission. So what is your mission? What is the purpose of your life? Why are you here? Why are you living? Ultimately, nothing will beat your fear. Nothing will head on and squarely face your fear greater than your love for yourself, your love for your community, your love for your family, and your acceptance of a purpose-driven life. You are out there for a mission, and what is that mission? Even if you say change the world, etc., and etc., ultimately, your mission is to spread the love that you have first received. Without love, there's nothing you can do. Without love, there's nothing you can accomplish. Everything starts with the heart. In this house, we, as certified life coaches, believe that the profession we do starts with the heart. When people ask me what is the qualification to be a coach, I would always say to them, skills can be learned, tools can be acquired, but there's nothing I can do to change your heart. I need that heart. And many times they'll give me a puzzled look and I say, there's nothing I can do with your heart. Okay? A lot of people wants to help, but my question is, what is your motive in helping? I want to see your heart, and when you have a beautiful heart, you can acquire the skills, you can learn the tools, you can get all the resources, and you can start changing the world. But without that heart that see the best in people, without that heart that see the beautiful things in life, without that heart that can believe, without that heart with passion for greatness, there's nothing we can achieve. At the end of the day, it's not a question of what you're able to think. It is what inside of your heart that will propel growth, that will propel change, and will make really the transformation in the world that you long to see. Good evening to everyone. This is Coach A, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Good night.